warned the kid, and then it happened to her.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like I've done that with my dogs on multiple occasions of like, don't step in that and then immediately step on it.
100%.
And it does look like, nobody posted this on her behalf. She looks like it posted it herself. So she's in on the joke and glad everybody's safe after that.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Hopefully no ankles seriously rolled. And
hopefully not.
Hopefully. Well, let's take a live look outside right now in Richland through the Columbia Point Skycam. There is a chance of showers in the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain regions to start our work week, and some are starting off with some morning fog. We're getting ready for this cloudy Monday.
Plus, the Alaska Airlines pilot accused of attempting to crash a plane with passengers on board is speaking out, and the Port of Kennewick is being recognized for its work to develop Clover Island into a haven for wildlife. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's just about to tick over to 6 o'clock. I'm Alyssa Warner.
I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And we were talking just over the break about the warm weather over the weekend, unseasonably warm.
Yeah, definitely. Just a little bit above our averages. If anyone headed out to any of those Veterans Day events, we did see some nice conditions. It was not quite as sunny. I was there last year at the West Richland Parade, and this year it was sunnier last year. I was looking over my footage from last year, and there was a lot more sun. It was very cloudy. It's going to continue to be cloudy, but the beautiful event that took place on Saturday, definitely windy.
Lots of wind. That does stretch the flags out though, so you can see them really well, which is nice.
So instead of stagnant air, where the flags just kind of fall down, they were flowing brightly. Exactly. Let's take another live look outside right now in Richland through the Columbia Point Skycam. It's going to be another cloudy day, so if you're looking for sunshine, maybe not today, but we are seeing these cloudy conditions, and with some of the clouds brings a chance of showers for two of our regions today. That would be the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region, slightly above average temperatures for your Monday. And again, cloudy conditions to start out our work week. Let's take a look at our radar and satellite. We're seeing some remnants of some shower activity moving off northeast and some more shower activities starting just below our areas. It's going to be coming to hang out within our region a little bit later on this morning into our afternoon. Let's take a look at our current temperatures right now. We're in the 30s and the 40s. A little bit freezing in the Yakima and the Ellensburg areas, otherwise in the 40s. Tri-Cities is seeing 44 right now, and the Walla Walla area mostly in the 40s. Let's take a look at our daily planner. We're mostly in the 50s across our day for our highs today. Lots of cloud coverage that's going to be hanging out, and again, those showers in the Tri-Cities and the Walla Walla area. I'll have more about when and where these showers are taking place in my full forecast, but for now I'll send it back to Alyssa.
Thanks, Riley. The Washington State Patrol is investigating after two people died in a head-on crash near Benton City on Sunday. Authorities say the crash happened on I-82 about 3 miles east of Benton City just before 2:30 in the morning. The 20-year-old driver from Kennewick and a 76-year-old from Prosser died there at the scene. Two other people in a third vehicle, were hurt and taken to a nearby hospital. A driver in the fourth vehicle involved in the crash was not hurt. Authorities say they believe drugs or alcohol were involved and that one of the drivers they believe was going the wrong way. That crash is still under investigation. An Alaska Airlines pilot accused of trying to shut off the engines of a plane mid-flight is speaking out. 44-year-old Joseph Emerson is charged with 83 counts of attempted murder. He told the New York Times that during the incident on October 22nd, he was affected by psychedelic mushrooms that he said he had taken during a weekend getaway in Washington State on a trip to commemorate the death of his best friend. Emerson said he had been dealing with persistent depression since that death, thought he was dreaming, and said he never intended to hurt anyone. Also admitted that he feared he could be grounded from flying because of his depression. Emerson's arraignment is set for November 30th. The city of Ellensburg is issuing an apology after their November 6th city council meeting was, quote, the target of hate speech by online participants using fake names, end of quote. That happened during the public comment section after the council asked the attendees if anyone wanted to speak about issues not covered on the agenda. For about 10 minutes, people attending them via Zoom addressed the council using racial slurs, demanding the council members take a stance on Israel and promoting white supremacy. At one point, one of the speakers, when told by members of the council that he was out of line, admitted he was using hate speech, but said, quote, hate speech is free speech, end quote. Now, the city of Ellensburg released an apology on its social media page saying it was sorry to any member of our community who felt uncomfortable, upset, or threatened by the incident, adding, "We draw a clear line when it comes to hate speech and discrimination. Such behavior is not and will never be tolerated in Ellensburg." Now, we're talking about what city councils can do to stop this from happening during a public meeting and the city of Ellensburg's response. The Municipal Research and Services Center, or MRSC, is a nonprofit that provides legal and policy guidance for local governments. The MRSC shared a guide on situations like this the same day as the council meeting. It's called When Hate Comes to Town, addressing racist and anti-Semitic public comment at meetings. Options, they say, are limited when it comes to a response. MRSC says that council members can, 1, eliminate remote public comment, 2, limit public comment to items on the agenda, or 3, take steps to verify the identity of speakers commenting remotely. They say to avoid prohibiting hate speech entirely since it's hard to define, and courts are likely to strike that down as a content-based restriction. These types of incidents didn't just happen in Ellensburg, it's also happened at public meetings in Kenmore, Port Angeles, King County, Whatcom County, and Bremerton. In Franklin County, the couple charged in the death of 8-year-old Edgar Cassian have been extradited from Mexico to face charges after U.S. Marshals arrested the couple in Mexico last March. Edgar Salvador Cassian Garcia of Pasco and his girlfriend, Araceli Medina, stand charged in Franklin County with aggravated murder of a child, rape in the first degree of another child, 3 counts of assault of a child in the first degree. Now, there had been a missing persons investigation into the disappearance of 8-year-old Edgar Cassian Jr., who had been missing since September of 2020. That following February, hikers found the body of a child in Benton County, later identified as Edgar Jr. The Port of Kennewick is being recognized by the state for a partnership built to make progress on Clover Island. I got to sit down with the port's deputy CEO to talk about how far they've come and what they're hoping to achieve in the future. These days, Clover Island is turning into a haven for birds, animals, and beneficial bugs. But that comeback follows decades of work to undo earlier damage.
Way back in the 50s and 60s, it was kind of common knowledge. If you had extra concrete at the end of your shift, rather than just dumping it in your washout area, come dump it down the bank of the Clover Island, because that will help stabilize the eroding shoreline. That'd be great for everybody. No. Hindsight's always 20/20, and that was not great for the fish. It was not great for the riparian habitat. It was not great visually.
Tana Bader-Englima says it's taken hard work, careful planning, and partnership among very different groups that all have a deep interest in preserving the waterfront.
The tribes have both cultural and historic interest in the shorelines. Corps of Engineers has control of a lot of the shorelines. The port owns the island, but we needed to work with all of the entities to make sure that any plans that we had were acceptable.
That work recognized this month with the 2023 Governor's Smart Communities Smart Partnership Award.
Partnerships really and truly are key, and so it was gratifying to see the Governor's Award come through for not just the port, but the port and its partners.
Even in November, there's plenty to see and plenty of lighted space to take a walk along the river. Bader-Englima says that's the benefit of having land owned by the port rather than private business, because the port can invest in things that don't directly turn a profit.
Everything we do invest in is to try and bring new vibrancy, new business, what we call ROC, return on community, not just return on investment. People can access the shoreline whether or not they come down and enjoy a restaurant or whatever other businesses come in, but that ground level will always be available for the public.
While the port is now working towards bringing new businesses to Clover Island, they're encouraging people to check out what's already there, especially if you haven't crossed the causeway in a while.
Come down, take advantage of the walking, biking, pushing your baby stroller, wandering around looking at the artwork. The more people down here, the more vibrant this area is. You can go check out Clover Island in Kennewick anytime. Parking is free, as I mentioned. It's lit up at night, and there are public bathrooms that are open during the day. We're also seeing just a final gasp of this warm weather. Riley Fitzgerald returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Well, we do have fog in Yakima this morning and showers on the way for Walla Walla and the Tri-Cities. I'll have your extended forecast coming up.
Plus, the Seahawks hosted the Washington Commanders yesterday. We have the highlights from Lumen Fields coming up.
Need to satisfy your craving for cheesy, smoky, gooey grill perfection? Oh, yeah. Taco Time's cheesy Chipotle chicken quesadilla. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Dancing honors a true queen
It's Whitney Houston night.
with guest judge Billy Porter. What a ride!
Dancing with the Stars, live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue, or get a low $399 per month lease on Frontier. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
Well, there is nothing bigger, nothing better than Monday Night Football on ABC and ESPN. And the next morning, watch GMA for the Tuesday morning NFL ticket giveaway. For tickets to a Monday Night Football game.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting him to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah or whatever nurse is available comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Need to satisfy your craving for cheesy, smoky, gooey grill perfection? Oh, yeah. Taco Time's cheesy Chipotle chicken quesadilla. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. It's now 6:11 on your Monday morning, and the Washington Commanders were in Seattle yesterday to face the Seahawks, as Geno Smith and the Hawks were hoping to bounce back after kind of a rough Week 9. While Seattle had a hard time scoring the ball last week, they would have those problems yesterday. The Commanders and the Seahawks would go back and forth all game long. It would come down to a field goal attempt with just 3 seconds left on the clock. Seattle's Jason Myers would nail a 43-yard field goal with no time left. The Seahawks take a nail-biter, 29-26. That was a bit of a trend there, actually. This is one of 5 NFL games to end with a field goal in regulation on the same day, and that is a new record. Saturday, the number 5 ranked Washington Huskies would put their undefeated season on the line against visiting number 18 Utah Utes. The Huskies offense would keep things going in this one, as quarterback Michael Penix Jr. would throw for 332 yards and 2 touchdowns, while running back Dylan Johnson would rack up 104 yards and 1 touchdown. But it would be the defense that sealed the win for the Huskies, following up a safety in the third with an interception to close out the game. The Huskies continue their undefeated season, winning 35-28. But in California, another rough weekend for the Cougs. They essentially needed a victory against Cal to keep their bowl hopes alive. Despite a near comeback in the fourth quarter, the Cougs just couldn't quite pull off the win in this one. They'll host Colorado on Friday evening with the Apple Cup, now less than 2 weeks away, coming up November 25th at Husky Stadium. Coming up, we're talking about a study revealing surprising initial results on what happens to your sleep when you mix alcohol and caffeine. And Riley Fitzgerald returns with a look at your first alert forecast in just a moment.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, posted at bimart.com. There's 16 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need to fill the pantry for the holidays. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WalkCares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with a lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's the Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's the Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's the Educated Cigar. At the Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Tonight, it's Monday Night Football on Apple Valley News Now, as Russell Wilson and the Broncos take on the Bills. The Broncos, the Bills, followed by a special Apple Valley News Now prime time. Watch tonight.
Next live, Michael C. Hall plus Jeannie Mai.
My daughter told me, if I sit in the audience, you're not going to put me on camera, right? I swear, I promise, I won't, Lola.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Riley Fitzgerald.
Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. It is Monday. We're starting out our work week with a chance of showers in some of our regions. We also do have above average temps just slightly for today, and we also have continuing cloudy conditions. So let's take a look at our satellite this morning. We were seeing some shower activity that's kind of moved off to the northeast, but we do start to see this little bit of shower activity that's going to be heading across our region a little bit later on this morning. So let's take a look at where those showers are going to end up. So if we take a look at our futurecast into the Tri-Cities and across to the Blue Mountain region by later this morning, early into our afternoon, showers might persist for a little bit in the Walla Walla area into this afternoon, but then we're going to be clearing up until this tomorrow morning. We might see some more shower activity to start out your week on to start out your Tuesday. They're going to be heading out of the region, clearing up once again by Tuesday evening, and then picking back up overnight once again. We have these overnight showers that are going to be hanging out both tomorrow night and Tuesday night. So we do have some more shower activity that's going to be hanging out, especially for your Wednesday, but some for today as well. Wind speeds are low across our region today, but the Ellensburg area might see the highest wind gusts of up to 18 to 20 miles per hour. Other than that, winds are pretty low across the entire region. If we take a look at our temps right now, mostly in the 30s in the Yakima area, and then 40s across the rest of our regions this morning. We are seeing some highs today of in the 50-degree marks. Mid to lower 50s across most of our regions, Yakima, Mid-Columbia, and in the Blue Mountain region, we do see those mid-50s. Let's take a look at our lows for this evening. We're seeing cooler conditions tonight than we saw this morning, even in the 20-degree range in the Yakima Valley, otherwise staying just around freezing in some of our areas, but we're not going to be freezing in the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla. We're hugging this temperature trend line just barely above our averages, dropping down a little bit below our averages for tomorrow and into the rest of our week. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. We are starting our week with fog in the Yakima area. Just for your morning, though, lots of clouds to start out our week. Then we start to see more sun towards the end of it. Overnight lows are staying above freezing in Yakima all week. Highs in the upper 40s, lower 50s. In the Tri-Cities, mostly upper 40s after today. Our overnight lows are picking up Tuesday into Wednesday, but drop back down after Wednesday's showers. Most sun is expected for your Thursday. In Walla Walla, showers for today and Wednesday, possibly even Sunday as well. We have upper 40s, lower 50s for your temps. Overnight lows above freezing until Thursday. Lots of clouds throughout the week, and especially today, cloudy day to start out your work week. Some showers in the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region. Have a great Monday. I'll send it back to Alyssa.
Thanks, Riley. Scientists have compared this year's soaring temperatures, fierce wildfires, powerful storms, and devastating floods to a disaster movie. And they say it's all a direct impact of extraordinarily high temperatures that they say are due to climate change. New data reveals just how unprecedented the global heat has been. According to the nonprofit research group Climate Central, for the last 12 months, ending in October, Earth has been the warmest it's ever been in at least 125,000 years. And a second report by the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service declared 2023 the hottest year ever recorded. Now, global warming is a long trend that scientists say is driven mainly by the burning of fossil fuels, but governments are set to produce more than double the amount of fossil fuels that would be consistent with meeting climate goals. That's according to a report published by the United Nations last week. The U.S. Government Accountability Office has released a new report that shows Washington needs to do more when it comes to helping salmon in the Puget Sound survive. The report blames poor water quality as a major reason why the salmon population in the Puget Sound is lower than it has been in the past. According to the report, the EPA and the Washington Department of Ecology have failed to develop lists of bodies of water that don't meet quality standards. It also found warm water and toxic chemicals in the Puget Sound are killing the fish. The Accountability Office recommends that the EPA and the Department of Ecology work to develop a plan to meet required deadlines for Washington's impaired waters lists. Well, most people know that alcohol and caffeine can have a negative impact on your sleep. University of Washington School of Medicine researchers decided to mix the two and see what happens. Their initial findings were surprising. So researchers thought mixing alcohol and caffeine would have an even worse impact on your sleep, but they said people who drank coffee and alcohol seemed to do okay for a while. Researchers say the results, though, didn't last.
Alcohol and caffeine consumption are behaviors that we can modify towards better sleep.
Yeah, over the long term, researchers found that mixing alcohol and caffeine did eventually break down people's quality of sleep. A new study shows cutting out 1 teaspoon of salt from your diet every day can help lower your blood pressure just as much as blood pressure medication. Researchers at Northwestern University say the benefits of lowering the amount of sodium in a person's diet were dramatic. Between 70 and 75% of people in the study saw a drop in their blood pressure, whether they were already on medicine or not. A teaspoon of salt is about 2,300 milligrams, and that is the top daily limit for people over 14 years old. But the American Heart Association recommends a diet with less than 1,500 milligrams of sodium every day. That study was published Saturday in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Now, you can also improve your heart health by maybe getting outdoors and taking a walk. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, be prepared for some headaches this Thanksgiving as AAA is forecasting the 3rd busiest travel season on record.
Tonight on Apple Valley News Now Primetime, Stacey Lee talks with Gary, the very first Golden Bachelor, about the show, our local bachelorette, and more. Stacey Lee one-on-one with a Golden Bachelor, tonight following football on Apple Valley News Now Primetime.
Diabetes is the #1 cause of kidney failure and is one of the leading causes of blindness in the U.S. More information now at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Diabetes Awareness Month, sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
With the winter months approaching, it's that time of year to do what we can to provide the best holiday season to the little ones in our valley. From now to the end of the year, Pingree Ford will be collecting new and gently used coats for Coats for Kids, as well as new unwrapped toys for Toys for Tots. We're committed to the children in our community, and we hope you can join us in our mission. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
a true queen.
It's Whitney Houston night.
With guest judge Billy Porter. What a ride!
Dancing with the Stars, live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue, or get a low $399 per month lease on Frontier. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
STCU is awarding you a $1,000 donation.
Everybody volunteers.
It costs us over $100,000 to put on camp every year. Seeing these kids smile, it's pretty terrific.
Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact. The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Welcome back. It's just before 6:25 on your Monday morning, and if you plan to leave home Thanksgiving weekend, brace yourself. AAA's Thanksgiving travel forecast is out today, and it's predicting one of the busiest holiday periods on record. Not only that, there could be complications like a possible government shutdown. Amy Kiley reports on what to expect.
A AAA forecast out today predicts this Thanksgiving will be the third busiest on record for travelers. It estimates over 55 million people will venture 50 or more miles from home, and travelers could face more headaches than just congestion. Los Angeles is scrambling to reopen this critical section of I-10 after a devastating fire over the weekend.
This is an emergency. This is not going to be resolved in 1 or 2 days.
A possible government shutdown this coming weekend would have a broader impact. The White House is warning airline passengers could face long wait times and delays.
November 2.
The U.S. already has a shortage of air traffic controllers. A shutdown could make that worse.
That would force the FAA to suspend hiring, close its training academy, delay the pipeline of new controllers, delay modernization.
TSA employees would have to work without paychecks.
From what I hear, we're looking to surpass some records here in Atlanta over this travel holiday season. So to be in a government shutdown during that time is not going to be good.
Workers at Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport say they're especially concerned.
Atlanta is the busiest airport in the world. So, a slowdown here slows down everything else, and we just do not want that happening.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, we mentioned that possible government shutdown. This comes as Americans are becoming increasingly pessimistic about the U.S. economy. That's according to the University of Michigan's measure of consumer sentiment. The report shows a drop of 5% between this month and the last, based on preliminary November data. It would be the fourth consecutive month of decline. Now, a university spokesperson says high interest rates, the ongoing wars in Ukraine and Israel appear to be spurring that negativity. The report indicates that younger and lower income consumers are also souring towards the economy at an even faster rate. Before you tuck your kids into bed tonight, there is something you should know. Thousands of children's nightgowns have been recalled because of a burn hazard. The recall affects more than 13,000 nightgowns that were sold by the company iMoon-Z. They were sold exclusively on Amazon from this past March through June. Now, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the nightgowns fail to meet the flammability standards for children's sleepwear. Thankfully, no injuries have been reported, but you should stop using them and contact the company for a refund. Coming up, 5 American service members were killed in a crash over the weekend when their helicopter had a mishap during a training exercise and went into the Mediterranean. We're talking about that in a moment.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bathfitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with the product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
For 25 years, you have chosen Smart Law as your legal team. Times may change, but our commitment to you remains the same. We believe everyone has the right to exceptional legal representation. From all of us at Smart Law, we thank you for your trust and will continue to serve and fight for our clients and their loved ones. Smart Law, smart choice.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
However you do the holidays, holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $2,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. See your community Chevy dealers.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
This morning, we're learning more about 5 Army Special Operations soldiers who died following a helicopter crash in the Mediterranean. And amid rising tensions in the Middle East, reports of growing animosity between the United States and the Arab world as Israel's war in Gaza continues.
It's a chance of showers in the Mid-Columbia and Blue Mountain regions to start our work week, and some are starting off with some morning fog. We're going to get ready for a cloudy Monday.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us at 6:31. I'm Alyssa Warner.
I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And Riley, we're finally starting to see some daylight on those cameras.
We are. It's so exciting. Anytime the sun comes up, I'm so excited.
Yes.
Let's take a live look outside right now to see that sunlight. Well, it's looking pretty blue out there, but that's mostly how our sky cams look in the morning. Happy Monday, everyone. That blue is going to continue as we are seeing chance of showers later on this morning, slightly above average temps, and definitely some cloudy conditions that are continuing from our weekend into our week and on. Let's take a look at our radar and satellite this morning. We're seeing some hints of some shower activity that's starting down below. It's going to be heading across our region. Maybe some of our areas are already starting to see some of that shower activity this morning. Let's take a look at our current temps. We're mostly in the 30s and the 40s this morning. 30s in the Yakima Valley, otherwise seeing mostly the 40s. Let's take a look at our daily planner. Lots of 50s across our day today, mostly mid to lower 50s, and lots of cloud coverage for your Monday. I'll tell you when and where these showers are popping up in my full forecast. That's coming up, but for now, I'll send it back to Alyssa.
Thanks, Riley. Now to the urgent Pentagon investigation into the deadly U.S. military helicopter crash near the island of Cyprus. Officials say 5 service members were killed during a routine air and refueling mission in the eastern Mediterranean. The U.S. dispatched military assets and troops to that region following the Hamas terrorist attack on Israel last month. ABC's Justin Finch has more from D.C.
This morning, a search for answers underway after 5 U.S. service members were killed after their military helicopter crashed near Cyprus.
There's very little room for error when you're aerial refueling at night, overnight with night vision goggles at low altitude. And sometimes small mistakes can turn into tragedy.
Pentagon officials say the MH-60 was carrying Special Operations Forces when it went down late Friday in the Eastern Mediterranean due to a mishap while carrying out a routine air refueling mission during training. The deadly crash happening not far from where the U.S. deployed the USS Ford and USS Eisenhower aircraft carriers following Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel. The White House rushing those assets to the region in an effort to contain the conflict between Israel and Hamas militants. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin paying tribute and calling the accident a stark reminder that U.S. service members put their lives on the line daily to keep the country safe. This crash now the latest deadly military training accident this year. In March, 2 Army Black Hawks collided in mid-air, killing 9 service members in Kentucky. In April, 3 soldiers were killed when 2 Army Apache helicopters crashed returning from training in Alaska. And in August, 3 Marines were killed and 20 others injured when an Osprey crashed during drills in Australia.
Now, President Biden noting the Veterans Day weekend in a statement on that helicopter crash, saying he and the First Lady are praying for those service members' loved ones and that our entire nation shares their grief. Right now, there is growing anger in the Arab world against the United States due to strong support for Israel's deadly military campaign in Gaza. That's according to American diplomats who have issued stark warnings to President Biden's administration. Now, Biden has been under growing pressure domestically and abroad over U.S. support of Israel, sparked by those images of destruction in Gaza and the dire humanitarian crisis in the region. According to a diplomatic telegram, the U.S. support for Israel's actions is being seen as material and moral culpability in what the Arab world considers to be possible war crimes. The administration has resisted calls for a ceasefire, but officials have worked to ramp up aid going into Gaza and push for humanitarian pauses to allow more assistance to flow into the enclave and to allow civilians to flee from the fighting. We are less than a week away from a possible government shutdown, and newly elected House Speaker Mike Johnson unveiled a proposal on Saturday he's hoping will avoid that. Sources say he's proposing a 2-step plan to fund the government. The first part of the bill would extend funding until January 19th and provide money for military construction, Veterans Affairs, energy, and water. The second part would extend funding until February 2nd and cover the rest of the government. Funding, though, would stay at current levels, and no aid for Israel is included in the current proposal. It's unclear if the Senate will go along with the Republican-backed House plan. Now, Riley Fitzgerald returns with a look at your morning weather forecast.
We do have fog in Yakima this morning and showers on the way for Walla Walla and the Tri-Cities. I'll have your extended forecast coming up.
Plus, it's a bit of a blast from the past as 4 iconic toys are inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Join me Thursday at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar for our Golden Bachelor Watch Party.
Only 2 more episodes of The Golden Bachelor. Get awesome food and drinks and enter to win great prizes from Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar, Active for Life, and Apple Valley News Now.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
I've worked construction all my life. I take pride in my job and working hard. I've had my share of bumps and bruises. Of all places, I get hurt shopping with my wife. This injury affected every part of my life. The insurance company offered me nothing. I went to my buddy Scott Brumback and Sid Autumn. We ultimately filed suit. My lawyers fought hard for me and got a great result. These guys speak blue collar. Now I know what they mean by bulldog tough. Right, Mo?
Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
Is Medicare planning the last thing on your list? If you're approaching retirement age, contact the professionals at Stand Fortier Insurance Services and get answers to all your Medicare insurance questions. Let Stand Fortier guide you through the Medicare maze. Stand Fortier Insurance Services, bringing clarity to the complex.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things fall. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Saturday on Apple Valley News Now. A primetime showdown as the Washington Huskies take on Oregon State live from Corvallis. The Huskies, the Beavers. Saturday Night Football starts at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next live, Michael C. Hall plus Jeannie Mai.
My daughter told me, if I sit in the audience, you're not going to put me on camera, right? I swear, I promise, I won't, Lola.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. It is Monday the 13th. Brace yourselves, everyone. 4 iconic toys have made it into the National Toy Hall of Fame in upstate New York. So this year's inductees are the Cabbage Patch Kids, just in general, baseball cards, the Nerf ball, how was this not in the Toy Hall of Fame before, and the Fisher-Price Corn Popper.
I feel like all of those are very, very deserving of their new title. This year, the Fisher-Price Corn Popper was a special inductee, special 4th inductee in honor of the Hall's 25th anniversary. It won by popular vote out of 5 forgotten finalists. And you can see the National Toy Hall of Fame for yourself at the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester.
Now, we were talking about that corn popper. I always thought it was a vacuum growing up.
Oh, definitely. It looks like a vacuum.
And it makes noise.
Yeah.
I guess it's a corn popping noise.
Just a little corn popper down at the bottom. Yeah.
Well, you know, anything that makes noise and has bright colors is going to be a win.
Definitely, definitely. And speaking of bright colors, let's take a look at our sky cam this morning. We're actually seeing some light this morning. We're going to be seeing a lot of clouds coming out later. I'll have your first alert forecast coming up.
And with recess only required in 12 states, can you believe it? Not every child in the country has access to most young students' favorite part of the day. We're talking about that next on Good Morning Northwest.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now seeing patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center providing sports medicine and orthopedic care. His services include arthroscopic surgery, sports injuries treatment, shoulder instability, rotator cuff and replacement surgery, knee reconstruction, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Higgs, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Plan your next getaway in your new vehicle from Spec Hyundai during the Getaway Sales Event. Get the best deals of the year on the Hyundai Palisade, Kona, Santa Fe, Sonata, and more. We have over 100 new Hyundais in stock to choose from. Drive one home today and enjoy no payments until 2024. Have a vehicle you're looking to trade in? We want it. Get amazing deals, the lowest rates, and the most for your vehicle during the Getaway Sales Event. Spec Hyundai, a family automotive tradition since 1912.
Tonight on Apple Valley News Now Primetime, Stacey Lee talks with Gary, the very first Golden Bachelor, about the show, our local bachelorette, and more. Stacey Lee one-on-one with a Golden Bachelor, tonight following football on Apple Valley News Now Primetime.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good, you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue, or get a low $399 per month lease on Frontier.
Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Eminent Roofing presents the 4th annual Thanksgiving Roof Giveaway. Last year, Virginia Chavez won. Who will win in 2023? To nominate someone you know, go to AppleValleyNewsNow.com and click on Contests. The Thanksgiving Roof Giveaway from Eminent Roofing and Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Riley Fitzgerald.
Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day so far. We are finally seeing our first full weather with the sun that's out. Incredible. Very excited for the day to get moving. We do have a chance of showers for your Monday to start off our week. Above average temps for today as well, just slightly, and cloudy conditions. We saw them this weekend. We're going to be seeing them throughout the next couple of days. So if we take a look at our radar, we're seeing some of these showers that are picking up across our region, kind of getting a little bit stronger as the morning has gone on. So if you're seeing some showers this morning, they're going to get a little bit stronger heading forward. So let's take a look forward. If we take a look at our futurecast, our shower activity is going to be hanging out in the Tri-Cities and in Walla Walla for this morning into this afternoon. If we take a look after this afternoon, they're kind of clearing out, a little bit less cloud activity, but then picking up once again tomorrow morning, then hanging out in the Blue Mountain region just a little bit for your Tuesday afternoon. Heading into Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning, we're seeing some more shower activity picking up across our region. Walla Walla is going to be seeing the brunt of these showers by Wednesday morning. If we take a look at our wind speeds right now, they're staying mostly low across our entire region, all in the single digits right now. Ellensburg may see wind gusts from 18 to 20 miles per hour, but otherwise, wind activity is staying low across our entire region. Let's take a look at our temps right now, mostly 30s and mostly 40s. We're seeing some freezing temps right now in the Ellensburg and Yakima areas, otherwise sticking in the mid to lower 40s. We're going to be seeing some 50-degree temperatures today, mostly mid to lower 50s in the Yakima Valley, in the Mid-Columbia, and in the Blue Mountain region. We're seeing these mid to lower 50s just across most of our cities today. Let's take a look at our temps for this evening. We are getting a little bit cooler tonight as opposed to this morning, mostly in the mid to upper 20s and lower 30s, warmer in the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla. Our temperature trend, we're a bit above average today, dropping the rest of the week below our averages. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. We do have fog in Yakima for today. Lots of clouds to start out our week. We see more sun popping up towards the end of the week. Overnight lows are staying below freezing in Yakima all week. The highs are in the upper 40s and the lower 50s. Let's take a look in the Tri-Cities. All this cloud coverage except for that Thursday. Lows are in the upper 30s for the next couple of days, dropping down to the freezing level by our Thursday night. Shower activity popping up possibly again on our Wednesday. In the Walla Walla area, showers for today and Wednesday, upper 40s, lower 50s for your temps. Overnight lows are above freezing until Thursday. Lots and lots of clouds throughout our week, and that's what we're going to be seeing for our Monday as well. Shower activity for the Walla Walla and the Tri-Cities area this morning and into this afternoon. Have a fantastic Monday.
Thanks, Riley. It's American Education Week, and one important aspect of the American education is time to get out of the classroom, play tag, jump rope, or have a go at the monkey bars. We're talking about recess. ABC's Morgan Norwood is taking a look at recess and how it plays into the school day.
To many, recess is a classic part of the school day. Time to just be kids.
The rest of the day, they're told who to sit next to and how to sit and where to stand and when to stand. The recess time is the time when they really have a break from that.
But not all kids in the U.S. get equal access to recess every day. Dr. Kathy Ramstetter, a founding member of the Global Recess Alliance, says sometimes recess gets replaced with more class time or recess is taken away as a punishment. But studies show that kids who are more active are actually better learners and perform better academically.
We could look at Japan, South Korea, and Finland as countries that consistently perform at the top of the world in academics and mandate and allow for 60+ minutes a day of outside time and recess. And so the idea that recess and academics aren't compatible, the data just don't support.
Dr. William Massey, a professor at Oregon State University who researches the intersection of play and child development, says some states are now putting more emphasis on recess, passing new legislation just this year. Daily recess is currently mandatory in only 12 states.
Studies have shown that children who get more than 20 minutes a day of recess are more on task in the classroom than kids who don't get that 20-minute marker.
And it's not just about the amount of time allotted for recess, but the quality of that break in the day, a problem often affecting children at under-resourced schools.
Is it just a barren blacktop with chain link fence around it and nets that aren't even there on basketball hoops? We have to think about how we resource the schools, how we train and prepare monitors, how we organize this space, and that we maximize the use of the resources that we do have, and we find other ways to really pay attention to the way we put recess together.
Experts say the best way to find out if your child is having quality recess each day is to ask them. And if you're not satisfied with that answer, link up with other parents and community members through the PTA and Facebook groups.
A lot of recess legislation that's happened over the past 10 years, parents have been the driving force. Parents understanding that they are a powerful lever is an important thing.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, some Christmas tree farms saying they're not open for business this year. On New York's Long Island, Shamrock Christmas tree farm owner Joe Shipman says a major shipment of the most popular Fraser Christmas trees was canceled due to the shortage. And now, for the first time in 30 years, they'll have to take this holiday season off.
We felt the right decision was to close the farm this year, let the field get a little bit bigger, give us time to source some trees for next year.
But before you rush to grab a hatchet and start chopping the first available tree you find, experts say there should still be plenty of options for you and your family.
We really want to reassure consumers that might be happening in one local instance in one particular retailer.
And coming up at 7 a.m., what you need to know to get the perfect Christmas tree. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
Ultomiris is for adults with generalized myasthenia gravis who are anti-acetylcholine receptor antibody positive. It is lasting control over your GMG symptoms. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with 8 weeks of freedom between infusions. Ultomiris can lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious, life-threatening meningococcal and other types of infections. If not vaccinated, you must receive meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before starting Ultomiris. And if Ultomiris is urgent, you should also receive 2 weeks of antibiotics with your vaccines. Before starting Ultomiris, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions and medications. Ultomiris can cause reactions such as back pain, tiredness, dizziness, limb discomfort, or bad taste. Ultomiris is here. Ask your doctor about managing your generalized myasthenia gravis with Ultomiris.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52 on your Monday, and we're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. A head-on crash near Benton City is being investigated after 2 people died Sunday. Authorities say it happened on I-82 about 3 miles east of Benton City just before 2:30 in the morning. A 20-year-old man and a 76-year-old man died at the scene. 2 other people in a third vehicle were hurt and taken to a nearby hospital. Authorities say they believe drugs or alcohol were involved and that one of the drivers was going the wrong way. That crash, though, is still under investigation. An Alaska Airlines pilot accused of trying to shut off the engines of a plane mid-flight is speaking out. 44-year-old Joseph Emerson is charged with 83 counts of attempted murder. He told the New York Times he was affected by psychedelic mushrooms that he said he had taken during a weekend getaway in honor of the death of his best friend. Emerson said he had been dealing with persistent depression since his friend's death and thought he was dreaming. Emerson's arraignment is set for November 30th. The city of Ellensburg is issuing an apology after their November 6th city council meeting was, quote, the target of hate speech by an online participants using fake names, end of quote. It was during the public comment section after the council asked the attendees if anyone wanted to speak about issues not covered on the agenda. For about 10 minutes, people attending via Zoom addressed the council using racial slurs, demanding they take a stance on Israel and promoting white supremacy. The couple charged in the death of 8-year-old Edgar Cassian have been extradited from Mexico and face charges in Franklin County after U.S. Marshals arrested the couple in Mexico last March. Edgar Salvador Cassian Garcia of Pasco and his girlfriend, Araceli Medina, stand charged in Franklin County with aggravated murder of a child, rape in the first degree of another child, and 3 counts of assault of a child in the first degree. 8-year-old Edgar Cassian Jr. had been missing since September of 2020. His body was found in Benton County. The Port of Kennewick is being recognized by the state for its partnership with other organizations to make progress on Clover Island. In an effort spanning decades, the port has worked with the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, the Army Corps of Engineers, the State Recreation and Conservation Office, the county, the city, and to stabilize the shoreline of Clover Island and to create a riverfront destination. Most people know that alcohol and caffeine can have a negative impact on your sleep, but University of Washington School of Medicine researchers decided to mix the two and see what would happen. Their initial findings were surprising. Researchers thought that mixing alcohol and caffeine would negatively impact sleep, but they said people who drank coffee and alcohol seemed to do okay for a while. Over the long term, researchers found that mixing alcohol and caffeine did eventually break down people's quality of sleep.
Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. A live look outside right now in Richland through the Columbia Point Skycam. The sun has started to come out and we're going to be experiencing a little bit of a cloudy day today. We saw it this weekend. We're going to continue to see it for the next couple of days. Chance of showers for your Monday as well, specifically in the Tri-Cities and in the Walla Walla region, slightly above average temps as well. We'll get into that in just a moment. We do have our satellite this morning where we are seeing some shower activity is definitely picking up across our region as the morning has gone on, especially around the Tri-Cities and between the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla this morning. It's going to continue for the next little bit this morning. Let's take a look at our current temps, mostly 30s and 40s, freezing in Ellensburg and Yakima this morning, but otherwise we're seeing some 40s around the region. Let's take a look at our highs for today, mostly mid to lower 50s in the Yakima Valley. In the mid-Columbia, we're seeing mid to low 50s as well. And in the Blue Mountain region, we are seeing mid-50s there. So beautiful, beautiful conditions, some cloudy conditions as well for your Monday. If we take a look at our visibility map right now, we are seeing some fog right now in the Ellensburg area and especially Cle Elum. So if you are traveling, especially through the mountain passes this morning, we are seeing some very low visibility. That's 10% visibility in the mountain passes right now. Otherwise, we're staying pretty nice, 80% in Pendleton this morning. If we take a look at our temperature trend, as I said, we are slightly above our averages. So 54, our average for the Tri-Cities is 51. Otherwise, we're hugging that line, but just dropping below it for the next couple of days, picking back up possibly for our Sunday. That's on the way. For your Monday ahead, we've got some cloudy conditions today, shower activity in the Tri-Cities and the Blue Mountain region, but we're going to have a beautiful Monday to start our week. Alyssa?
Thanks, Riley, and thank you so much for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. Good Morning America is next